Hey, how's it going everybody? BurntBrian here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at 4 different IPAs from Terrapin Brewing Company. So, come along and catch a buzz with me. Terrapin Beer Company is out of Athens, Georgia, and they really do brew some seriously tasty beers. And when I was walking around my grocery store today, I noticed that they had a mixed 12-pack featuring these 4 beers here. You get 3 of each in your 12-pack. So what I have done here is kind of organized them by lowest alcohol content to highest. Starting from this side, you've got the Recreational Ale. Now that's a 4.7% session IPA. Right next to it, you've got the Up High, which is a Citra hopped IPA. That one comes in at 5.9%. Next to that one is a brand new release. This one is Senior Crunkles. It comes in at 6.5%, and this is a Tropical Agave IPA. And then last but certainly not least on the end, you've got Hopsecutioner. This one comes in at 7% per volume, and it's just an American IPA that is honestly one of my favorites. So what we're going to do is, I have one of my flights here. I actually bought this from Blackadder Brewing Company here in Gainesville, Florida. Good buddy of mine, Preston from the Beer Chasers, came down. If you haven't checked out his channel, be sure and go and check it out. I'll have a link down in the description. He's actually become quite an amazing home brewer. Had a couple of his beers recently and was very, very impressed. Anyway, let's go ahead and fill these glasses. I am ready to catch a good buzz. Alright, so taking a close look at these beers, I can see that at least these 3 are almost identical as far as color goes. They are rather translucent, meaning I can see just about all the way through them. They just have a nice slight golden color to them, and just had a nice little bit of head retention that's kind of quickly dissipated. But again, as far as appearance goes, those are very, very similar. Now this one on the end, the Hopsecutioner, that one is a slightly darker color, almost more of a bronze. But I don't know if that has anything to do with the amount of hops that go in it, because there are a lot of hops in that one. But without going too into that, we're going to go ahead and look at each one of these beers individually and talk about some of their flavor profiles and see how they all compare to each other. So first up, we've got Recreation Ale. I like what you guys did there. This is their Session IPA. It's a 4.7%. Now this beer is meant to be something that is light, refreshing, something you're going to want to pack in your bag and take with you hiking in the mountains or hiking just on a trail somewhere. It's meant to be, again, a hopped up beer, so there's going to be a nice hop profile, but it's supposed to be nice and easy drinking. Again, something that you could take with you on the heat of a summer day on a trail. Anyway, let's see how this one goes. Not a whole lot on the aroma. It's, I mean, you're definitely picking up a hoppiness in there. It's kind of a little bit of a sweetness coming in there. Really awesome smelling beer, but always it's about the flavor, so let's give this one a taste. Salud. Oh yeah, that's definitely a very crisp, easy drinking, refreshing beer. One that I could easily see myself taking out on a trail. Not a whole lot going on the flavor profiles. There is a strong hoppiness that sort of, it's not like there's an explosion of hop flavor. You're not getting a resiny kind of, any of that, bright piney kind of flavors. It's just kind of a really mild but backed hard with a slight dryness from the hop. So it's all in all a really tasty one. Definitely, again, one that you could easily enjoy on a hot summer day hiking in the mountains. Next up in the 5.9% range, you've got the Up High, which is a citrus hopped IPA. That's this bad boy right here. Now Up High is kind of to be symbolic of, 2 people coming and going, "Up high, man, give me 5." That's very surferish vibes that you're getting from this, especially when you look at the can art. That's kind of what you're supposed to be taking away from this, and even in the description written on the side, it's just kind of all about, the the crisp deliciousness, the citrusness of cool summer waves being out on the beach and the ocean. When you think of waves, you think tropical, you think all of those kind of sweet flavors. So that's kind of what I'm hoping we'll get out of this one right here. Something that's going to be refreshing at 6.5%, or sorry, not 6.5, 5.9. It's got a nice little kick coming into it, but I expect it to be still a rather light, easy drinking beer. Salud. Oh yeah. It's definitely what you're getting. It's very similar to the Session IPA, the Recreation Ale. It's very light and refreshing, but difference here is you do get more of that of a citrusness that comes through there. There's a brighter sort of, I'm not sure what kind of hops that they use for this, but it's a really nice combination of like fruity tropical notes that you get with it. So it's definitely something that would be nice, easy drinking, you know, when you could share with your buddies sitting around the water after a nice long day of surfing those tasty waves. Anyway, yeah, all in all, it's a really good beer. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed at all with any of the beers that we have here in front of me today. But yeah, this is definitely one that I would enjoy just kind of kicking it on a hot day, much like the first beer. So third up on our list, we have Señor Crunkles, and this is a 6.5% tropical agave IPA. And I'm going to read what's on the can here. This is obviously a very bright green, beautiful looking can. Sorry the lighting isn't all that great. We will have that resolved shortly. On the side here it says, the legend of Crunkles is alive and well as we follow his time spent south of the border. Subtropical flavors of prickly pear and agave nectar complement a soft, juicy hoppiness, and our newest ode to the traveling brewer, Señor Crunkles, is a fruited IPA you won't want to miss. Now that sounds really good to me. Haven't tried this one yet. Honestly, I believe I've had the High Five one, but I have not had the Recreation Ale or the Señor Crunkles. So it is kind of nice to compare all of these. Now, the agave flavors in there, that prickly pear, all sounds really good. I do love tropical IPAs. And again, these are all very light. They're definitely filtered rather heavily, again, because there's hardly anything to it. They're very translucent. Well, let's give this one a taste. Salud. Oh yeah, man. See, all of these are so good. They're so easy drinking. I mean, this is a delicious 12-pack that, I mean, hell, you know, these are the kind of IPAs that I want to give people who don't like beers, who don't like some of these, they don't like straying from their comfort zone. They like sticking with the big name brand, the InBev kind of stuff. This is really awesome. These are the kind of beers that anybody is going to enjoy. I mean, at least I think. Yes, there's a hoppiness to it. It is backed in there, but up front you really do get sort of this agave sweetness, and maybe it's the prickly pear that's that slightly different tropical note that I'm picking up, but it's a very smooth, easy drinking beer. Again, another one perfect for these hot summer days, as you would expect for Señor Crunkles traveling through the hot southern desert. It is definitely a really tasty beer that I would highly recommend you guys give a try. So far, these are all outstanding beers. Yeah, cheers. Last up on the board, we have Hopsecutioner. This one is 7.3%, and this one has 6 different varieties of hops in it, so it is meant to be just a hop killer for you, an absolute killer IPA. The different hop varieties you got in here, you've got Cascade, Centennial, Warrior, Chinook, Simcoe, and Amarillo. And of course, I do love their can art here. You have the Terrapin turtle there, who is the executioner with his chopping block, slicing up a beautiful, delicious hop cones. All right, let's jump right into this one. I have had this beer before in the past. It's actually one of my favorite IPAs. It's one of the first IPAs that I had as I started kind of beginning a journey for local craft beers. And since Athens, Georgia isn't very far from me here in Gainesville, Florida, and north central Florida, it definitely was really nice to find. I'm hoping to eventually take the trip up there and get to see the brewery, because I really do enjoy all of their different creations. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. All of them I didn't mention with the other two. They are very light as far as aroma goes. You're not picking up a lot of hops. You're not picking up a whole lot of anything really. It's just a very mild, hoppy kind of piney aroma that comes through it. Anyway, salud. I mean, again, man, this is stepping it up. This is getting more towards, so if you're somebody who does not at all like an IPA, this is something that you may not be into. It's definitely starting to delve more into the hop lovers range. It's just got that bitter backbone to it. It's got the pininess up front, a slight citrusness, but it's more of a resiny, piney kind of hard hitter. Very tasty beer, but again, it's about as smooth as the other ones are. All of these IPAs, again, are very easy drinking. I mean, you know, if you're going to introduce somebody to the world of IPAs, you know, I would probably go with a 12-pack like this, a good mixer, and say, here, go through these, try them, tell me what you think, or sit down with somebody and, you know, actually kind of try to explore and let them find some flavors that they like. These are all just outstanding. So again, these 12-packs are awesome. Keep your eye out if you're at the store, look around. I'm seeing more and more breweries are starting to do these mixed 12-packs, and usually they'll throw one special one in there, just like the Senior Crunkles was the new release for this one. Whatever brewery it is, oftentimes they'll have 2 or 3 of their staple beers. They're great all-around seasonals, and then they'll have one special release in there that's you know, kind of what a lot of people will buy those for. But again, these are just great ways to explore and try new beers. So, well, alright guys, thank you for joining me for today's video. I now have 4 open beers that I must finish. So that's what I'm going to do. Sit back, relax. It has been a really stressful couple of months. We'll get into that in a future video. I'm actually right now in my new house. This is a place that I just rented, signed the lease on Friday, and I have been scrambling over the weekend to try to get everything packed and moved over here. So still a work in progress. I have a lot of cleaning to do and still have a lot of unpacking and setting up, but I can't tell you how wonderful it feels being out of the situation I was in and being now in my own place. Again, I'm so looking forward to making cooking videos again, making some cocktail videos. I have a lot of great ideas and I feel comfortable again. I'm back in my zone and ready to put out more content. I've got the Innova sous vide cooker back there ready to go with a nice thick 2-inch ribeye in the freezer that I think I may cook tomorrow and do a video. I'm not entirely sure. But stay tuned, there is a lot coming to the channel. Again, I feel energized again, I feel refreshed, and I want to go over, talk about all the stuff that's been going on in my life that's been negative, and then where we're at now and how things are starting to finally shape up. So again, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe you learned something. I do highly recommend you try one of these mixed 12-packs. And yeah, thank you again, and as always, stay toasty, my friends. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.